prior to June the 16th of this year, there was an opportunity for the supply chain industry or supply chain stakeholders to come together and address many of these issues. The lack of visibility in the supply chain, the inability to eliminate these phantom postings from the digital marketplaces. And so what happens when industry doesn't come together is that the government steps in. And on June 16th, President Biden signed the Ocean Shipping Reform Act of 2022, which makes several specific changes to the regulatory authority of the Federal Maritime Commission that is going to change the way shipping exchanges operate. And in fact, it'll likely have an effect on the entire supply chain. At least that's the government's intent, both in the near term and in the long term. So the question that begs answering is why the industry keeps waiting to come together. We're in a situation where the federal government's bringing top-down regulatory pressure, which hasn't been felt yet, but will be. And working together with the ISO and ECCMA, DFM Data Corporation has created an industry-governed solution that everyone can participate in and likely comply with the regulations that are going to come from the Federal Maritime Commission and other players in the regulatory world related to the supply chain. Next slide, please. Thank you. The Ocean Shipping Reform Act of 2022 contains four very interesting provisions related to the shipping industry. The first provision that I'm highlighting here is the definition of a shipping exchange, which is a platform, digital, over-the-counter, or otherwise, that connects shippers with common carriers for the purpose of entering into contracts for the transport of cargo by vessel or other modes of transportation. Then the law states that no person may operate a shipping exchange without first registering with the Federal Maritime Commission, and that they will be publishing rules under which the registration will occur. What information they will be collecting from shipping exchanges remains unknown at the moment. But there's another section of the law that demonstrates the top-down nature of what the government is doing, and I think highlights how serious they are about trying to fix things in the supply chain. Next slide. So Section 7 of the Ocean Shipping Reform Act contains a reform to the system of detention and demurrage. Last year, while container ships were stuck off the port of Los Angeles and Long Beach, and containers were stacking up in those ports, if the containers don't move, detention and demurrage charges can apply. So people were being charged for their shipments and their containers that were sitting on the docks, and they were being charged excessive amounts. So Section 7 redefines the way that an entity can invoice for detention and demurrage charges. It became effective the minute that the president signed the bill. So invoices previous to June the 16th, 2022, and invoices that people might still be using now are likely in the detention and demurrage area, not compliant with the current law, and therefore they're unenforceable. So you can't pass go, you can't collect your $200 for detention and demurrage unless your invoice is properly formatted. And most of the market, I don't believe, has any idea that this is out there.